Yes.
Mechia na machia wetifo na makase u program with ye akwese prekese jamadu. Kukumutia insan humpo hana mafuti u kai e boy yinate prenda da ekosisen na uze bibia wa magana
ekosisen on
na hana gana ti ntino ewiase de eduru ayemvani agro
man kojo boaten akwaba na prom tsen
ekosisen on Asempa FM
na obo ade adarum obi so mi hu wa check akra
papa
I'm person me second but they are I'm so okay they me nyade so obi dey me body yam entai yi he's a fine gentleman
yeah
iti ya da twede amponwase say odi abedu na ya chia busuafo nyina wo me wa brochira iti wo na busuafo good delawe they love you too much you see I think you are doing a great job obi say me pa ebo nyina ne say obeto aso de awoye
amen
na uya juma say na nya encouragement say there is a bright future ahead of you you keep it up you ask intelligent questions that be am catch me say I told you now me tifie na afle u bisa na afle u nipa na answers na e wo mu ana de abewo me say obi arrest my case into why are there
chairman akwaba na tsen
obi me da se bebre nya me da chen na me chia obi mu na obi it's still raging for so much help.
Asempa FM.
Now you say they identify now we just know dare to say Ejumadi how you and he said they still raging for you no. Obi nyame Israbosu account into dana wo bompire abri nyina no o de na ho den chewie pa no wada na sese wa ma onim dia utimi di yes adwuma because Eastern region ye one region now bibia obeye wo Ghana ha so mo gi utuma obe succeed one gi utuma wo succeed inti ye chiao ene na se dem di kankan
oribo Ekosisen wo Asempa FM Ekosisen wo Asempa FM Ekosisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie
ben tokwa ni dibisi bi nam say now it's and tokwa na ben tokwa na wokan wasem no eno asecheze if you think that e clear una elo ani e wo ye mra kuninim na obi say maybe dem nti ase no e wo form minti me ho ase yenti no meko Supreme Court na bako busa say sa de we na ye kan wasem no ase e chese wo say we umuni ya den kum unja ase is it no when are your last resort apart from the Supreme Court when are your last resort when
last resort.
When are your last resort?
I mean, some of said
when are last resort?
We shouldn't be having this conversation.
Nobody holds you for anything. No problem.
Okay.
Obia Green say it will be out of place for even us to start thinking that there's a third term opening for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I don't need independent inquiry. Obia Green say said the Yamra Kunu Musi sister 2 the and the account 17. Sam Nakunu, I say media me sha. Ekwan bi betimi ha beda ho na atimi akwama asenye emu na ho ye mame etimi wakwanya mepese meko na makoji inchirechiremu ye wo sa akwanya nemu.
It is part of our democratic age. We just allow the Supreme Court to handle it and then we move
when another matter that should take all the airwaves, take the energies. Masa Ebrano so sebi. I'm not the judges at the Supreme Court. Ebrano so no mkoka yes. Uwa kwanya se sa akoko stress onti ase ebren so mo ka se no obi so akwanya se okọ ekobusem say in any case the person in question ekra no ne utterance odi atu dwa nyina o se pe ne nyansa ne nim die mu die Ghana for man to me say enfie 9 ofamra no fanya de obetimi aye nyina ma my Ghana. So what is your problem? You were a lot on our table, Obi. So when I see we are spending energies to discuss a third term. A third term? Oh, third term, no. One, third term, Debbie. So let's put that third term issue on any party near court to phone any wherever, no. And this open demonstration, we are once we are a democratic country. Let's go through.
Sure. Sure.
It has to go through. Here we are with a presentation of the media budget by our finance minister. There are a lot of red flags in it. There are a lot of positives in it. How do we have that conversation so that those red flags will be there? Me are dealing with it. Because if your indicators are good and the reflection in the life of people are limited or not seen virtually, these are the conversations we have. Artificial now, what is making that gap wider, sir? And you know what is saying, and then Omunya Koina wa Jumemo, and what something saying. These are the conversations. These are the conversations.
And I agree with you.
The amount of license for 5 years. Every year, you come to renew the contract.
Annual mineral rights.
But every annual mineral rights. It's with the license and amount 5 years.
Yes.
Every year, BSO renew. Inspectors beba will site every year. And you buy and I would dear brody chin chiwi. What happens? There's an lawyer. This is the law is right here. I am not a lawyer. He is. But the fact that you have been given a license to do mining. Maybe I know chin chiwi. You will revoke your license and renew now.
So why are other licenses still being held by the license holders?
We have the license for about 2 years. About 500 something. On the 26th of June, you call Jomoro.
And serious, I'm saying.
You call Jomoro.
Yes.
You could do Jomoro.
I didn't come serious.
No problem. You could do Jomoro. One thing is, I mean, you're bonny. And see, I am not afraid when somebody tells you the table will 10. The table has already 10.
Also, the future is pregnant.
Hey, we are already pregnant today. And the table has already 10. And you went at table 10.
Okay. Illegal mining.
You call Jomoro. I'm there on the 26th of June.
Okay.
Now you call lunch cooperative mining. I will cry a friend Nungwa Patase. Good. Into you drew on. You drew hot Thursday, the Friday and up to 10. And yes, a quack is site.
Yes.
Into normally a lunch or site specific area. No, you bear cooperative.
Sure.
Into your call on you do a better. You can't bulldozers be CC assassin. You feel what you who's a branch ball. Red bands.
Yes.
The former constituency youth organizer of the place in that constituency was the one leading the guys. See. The former constituency youth organizer was the one leading the boys. And they now we young the fourth class Minerals Commission branded vehicles, national security, and because the minister was supposed to come the next day to come and commission the project that inaugurate the cooperative mining there. And one more no much video. And then we see for them and say, are they? If Minerals Commission to be among country. By 50 minutes, play, won't say, oh man, in the time I had snazzy. Our madam could yank it to get to be by trans. Now, Mudika, what my sibling say? Baba Lanchi cooperative money. Obi, Aqua could chat signboard, why a signboard kakaka. And all the Minerals Commission sign a logo, and a banner boss. I do this see so be out. You're quite excavators in Uniso. And all the illegal mine or say, mobile by cooperative money, responsible cooperative money. Or be a starting irresponsible one along the river banks. And see, someone when Jai and Mount Concord stop one will not allow you to do it. And to be one, you call your coin and passo, and you come here, and you call. You come and say, Ampa of our signboard, number do also fair number no one ever branch boy Fernando. Hey! Any didn't mind national security. Any boo boo into which video na here.
And they after BB and
that game na me kasa ye. Any that same day, the same red, the same clothes. Any and the way now which is the way.
Was it your first time in the area?
No, that's my first time in Nuga Petase. That is almost out of foot Dockers, or
we MP for Jomoro.
The constituency.
Yes.
But Jomoro, part of Jomoro, I want a year as a level. I want a year as a level. I want a trainee blue water gas. And I want to have a call. But Sapatas, that was my first time. That's the video. Your first video. This is the first video. Now, you almost say, dear Seminole, and I'm also saying, man, that's the same dress. Yeah, it's the same dress. Now, into your trans,
when the people saw you, they thought, say, oh, yeah, they, Monamo, yes.
Yeah, this are signboard, never saw your mind, They saw. They thought, say, yeah, this are signboard, never saw. Into a year, you say, one boy, the other of the national security, and yet you boo boo, into a video, no, you boo boo, signboard, no, and I'm ranting over Chrome ye, batteries, and idea was cavitas, so ye kiss, and idea, but no more journey. And he hand you the national security.
Tell me near the lie them. I'm very happy say the lie them and display legal materials before him. And I'm very happy. You see, okay, I think I'm a Japan say and the NDC communicators and the NDC apparatives. I a law lecturers are almost schooling on jurisprudence on bail, jurisprudence on illegal mining, any idea. Ghana is developing.
Yeah.
Ghana too compare. BGDA say or Chinebino say if they fall foul to the law, na omuko jinamra noa. Obi en ho beka say the mrani bu na attention ko omotim nase. Omotim nase pa. Na me nua de lie dem say o man yem hye no. Yes o man yem hye no say June 2026 the people of Jomoro chasing it out. So we're engaging in illegal mining.
Oh, David.
Now the Galamsey site, yes. Oh, the videos.
It was
I was chasing it out. Our videos near public. Say judgments now that Nimuna or she the impugn judgment in respect of a contaminated by which is a subject of appeal. Say Mboni Hua or the second count, facilitation of mining without approval
from the minister.
Yes. And from this judgment, all that there is, and it say Ubenya Ubino Akacho say Ampa Obeye.
Yes, that's all. So let's find out in Ghana say come
the Ohian say from this impugn judgment, the Ohian will be say Ampa.
But the person who has to provide yes, I will be the person must provide evidence.
Evidence, evidence, video, video. What's your name? Message.
Now, some video, there is another video. We should respond in a press conference. That's it. Yes.
And you have then say, what's him rana say? Now, who go to rana judgments go and now make you references. Now, they may direct you a war, wound to me judgment in a say. The say, boom, when they say, Henry Okum. Obedi Adansi or PW2. Michael Jedua isi ano a PW1 prosecution witness 1 on also want to ka ohun ni da enkomo a want to me ne friend say or the Henry D no one TB Bibian hon mo nimu on e want to ka ohun na TV so it ono testimony no was material no any personal knowledge of whatever went on the ontiasiel Iroko obodere ba PW3 oye minerals commission lawyer no obekire Minerals Commission procedure,
yes.
One my testimony on the matter. Sure. So whether say want to me and I contaminating, I flout any regulation. Yebisano under cross-examination. I am part of the case. I was a lawyer in the matter, and I know what went on. What the friends say, the record of proceedings has captured before the court. And when you want to make of a Iroko witness statement, I'm a trunk as well, but it's a remedial in America, and Mara don't know.
And I say,
Emrano say assignment. Process of assigning mineral right. Obi san the question they made the pa. So who could do a bro and the bro analogy no. Or saying there is a Ministry of Agri. Ghana when they could do a bro or could do a body or could permit of Ministry of Agri.
Oh, but it is in response to the question.
Maybe. Read the same law no. Act 703 of 2006 and that's amended. Read regulation section 9.
Read
the section 9 no. It will tell you something to give you. No. The main act. Read the section 9. No. Those what take read the section 9. Apart from mineral rights, there are other rights upon the land. Every citizen of this country, all the rights,
those accrued
rights, you know, surface rights, the accrued rights of every citizen. And don't think that's what you feel cry. Na a good year PMO. Although say wakoto wasase and asase dia ma whether it's a usufructuary right, whether you are the lawyer title owner, whether whoever you are, say mineral APMA, the mineral belongs to the state. And that's all farm requires now acquire the mineral rights no. Now to know run the points.
I'm reading Rano as me reading. Section 9 I'm reading out.
What's your voice we are it was saying?
What you say? So we are politics.
Yes.
SOS strategic. As at that time, na 24-hour economy na die because na presentation
as in
na uko radio na ko kabiana
na presenters no or as for to nchen we ani aka ho asem.
Okay.
Enti in order say make it attention na ba
policy
no. Ese me dey nyoma bi shame na me present. Nenya attention no. Na etimi the substantiate project no. Se the beya obi abeti ase. Eno ampa so ampa. E ba sa no.
Attention
why Emma within 2-3 weeks no. Ghana for nyina no. Yewura Fifi Kote.
Yeah.
Yewura Sedun Katia party chairman. Yewura Sami Jamfi. Omu nyina nya the opportunity.
And
me the needed privilege etimi echechi mu ma Ghana for nyina dey tiase. Because
na who create bibi for attention the story should make sense. The story didn't make sense.
Let me give you a clue.
Okay.
Story making sense. But in your own view, no, I make sense amount. But then, your research never had it.
Okay.
Is Pudong there in China?
Pudong with China.
I went back on animal farm now. Now, and no crescent crop so Eddie drone near the call. I charge your mama. Sebi omunya 8 me. Never YouTube also we. And the crescent. And the crescent.
Yes.
Now the crescent their cast 9 and in the monosono. I'm for the film. No more have some one in your dinner. And no credits are one in an almost a new muscana. Intibasana dear neighbor, a generating income.
Yes.
Extension officers are almost fear near the Omunya money under MPP regime. I was saying, say, if this policy is implemented, you bet my form of veterinary officers, eco specialists and others. Woman in Albania to my unemployment rate as what? Now unemployment rate as what in publicity. Asempa other radio stations so Mubenya a friend say advertising revenue. Now advertising revenue no ban Asempa no. As my ben I say when you scale every day, so expand the scope of business. Animal
farm no area ben Ghana.
As it stands now, it's a 24-hour economy. We say to set up a policy no. So the legal framework out be here.
And no tell why that. Yes, it's been done. A secretariat has been put up.
Exactly. Yes. And I know that you know so no. We yes, I know money now. Now her police are there. And for the receive policy no. Yeah. Do they have the capacity? Yeah. Some more capacity. Yeah. Then a crime best na bands with my resource. Because about there you are there to create an enabling environment. In any situation where a band decide to say, okay, fine. Policy way there. Me person me am di humu bam. Anti public and government initiative. Yes. Whereby say government about 50% or 60%. Now private ni benya be 40%. Now
I don't talk futuristically. See more opposition no. All the narrative way better. Much 24-hour economy. Ghana 4G mutumu etu abamamu. Now you hear result and you still coming to the night. Mubetimi ya yewena. Ubetimi de mua. Emuane wahin. Jatano wahin.
Yes.
Eno na Ghana fuye busa.
Okay, see.
Yes.
Policy way ebaye. Me ankaza desi ya majiland.
Okay.
Kesiya pa.
Okay.
Ewo plan.
What they call it?
Ewo plan. Maybe embark on animal farm.
Now animal farm no. Where does it find expression in the policy?
No. So you see then. Policy be by so we have privilege who take advantage of the policy. It's about job creation. Quite best need bit my create jobs, not unemployment.
But the promise was specific. Agenda 1-3-3.
Yeah.
1 job, 3 people, 3 shifts. And I make us say, how does that find expression in our narrative now? Toma Ghana for say a bay animal fire the jatabe be your snowbeba, Sanyo Mano 1-3-3. How does that find expression in the Okayan?
Say I can say. Oshe me the presentation on the 24-hour economy.
Oh, why your presentation on the 24-hour economy?
My research. The outcome of the research no made the copy Emma the national chairman
of the NDC. Na Gusitano no ye we
mama copy.
Wama Gusitano
mama copy made the copy ako chief of staff or made the copy ako national chairman ho made the copy ama regional minister made the copy ama regional chairman before the election.
Oh really?
Yes. I beat them come here.
Into omoye Gusitano mo prepare sa policy document no. Omo frere omo
I wasn't invited.
Now the policy article didn't make sense to them.
Oh, ebia in their view, but me the man I can kind of say the messia breaky adeno, a bit my boy.
And I don't know yet around animal farming.
No, I know yet. I mean back on tomatoes farm,
tomato farming.
Story.
OSP Frewa Obeko. Said saying. Now,
am I a government appointee?
Oh, Nasa and Martin Pebonia government appointee.
Nasa, when I make cancer, it's repetition. I'm a crazy. OSPA.
I mean, of Frewa, or Yam Shewana.
Me, Kabadiva Rose. Hey, listen. Me, let me come. Obi, don't start. Listen, let me tell you something.
Yes.
OSP will call me on road grounds. If he come personal, me tell you same you soon the bar. I was. Obi, I'm not. No. It should not be that. Hey, on which grounds? And I'm going to be a man. Can be? On man, can I don't have. What are you about to citizen? Every chief just petition. Are you about to? Don't bring down into.
It depends on the kind of criticism.
Listen.
Yes.
Hey, it's what? Hey, my handy grab was here. Hey, listen to me. Sam Yeding. Hey, bo say it. Like and then I mean
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM 94.7.
Obinye
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM 94.7.
De brane mama Obi Som Oribo Ekosiisen On Asempa FM Ekosiisen Asempa FM Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 Asunyine tie Oribo Ekosiisen Asempa FM Asempa FM Obinebado Biba Obibo Obiba Ode Asempa Nabo Obinebado Biba Obibo Obinebado Ode Asempa Nabo Obinye Ekosiisen ye Bonsu awo minisempa de brane mama Obi Som
94.7 Asempa FM. Wednesday afternoon, the 12th day of August 2026, 39 minutes after 2. Hi, Asempa 94.7 FM. Many your say Bonsu from Yobi. Yatna see, Ekosiisen Jumedie, and yes, science so a day abrimibio. And we appreciate the fact that you make time to listen to us every weekday, 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Ekosiisen live on Asempa FM. It's our nation's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. Multiple award-winning late afternoon political talk show, Ekosiisen on Asempa FM. It's the reigning CIMG radio program of the year, GJA political. GJA radio and TV program of the year. That's for 2025. Mind you, in 2020, we won the GJA political program of the year. And we say thank you Ghana, thank you to our listeners for always making us number one. Our show is produced by Dominic Kisi-Yeboah with support from Nana Chumberema, Jackson Osei Intiamoa, Ebenezer Tete, Omai Hene Kwabena Sante, Ekuya Boachiwa Yadom, Omunyina Boy and Chidom, na yede Ekosiisen Jumedie no ebremo. And we appreciate all of you for always making time to listen to us. My main time was say Jumedie Chegu ewo YouTube. In Roko YouTuber Asempa 94.7 FM. You subscribe to the channel. Na fe you comment no odiegu live comment session. Ye be kan amamo na ewiase nyina nso ate wonka. Oko internet ye wo World Wide Web into myjoyonline.com. That's who internet and quad me pato phone no log on to myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com ubit me etie Ekosiisen live ewo hon so ehia yen papa. We don't want you to miss this amazing show. Osei Bonsu ni from Yobi ma memfa na asema wona wo boa yen ma ye de Ekosiisen ebremo enti Curl Charcoal Toothpaste, Franco Trading Enterprise, Tabia Herbal Mixture, EcoBank Ghana, Haxa Capsules and Mixture, Syntex Tank, Obapa Product, Max Buy, and a Sasso Spray. And you may queen a boy and say, Yemfa Ekosiisen Jumedie no emremo. Your WhatsApp number is 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. It is 0548 443 523. And all the messages neba. For example, Benzena was say or Utieyen from Okrapeman School Campus and wo Ekrapim Ekropon Ehono wow the way Abre Obi. Happy birthday to Richard and Nim Mike Carey Chiete of Unilever Ghana Limited from Abele in Nungwa. Abele Yedase Papa for coming through with this one. Musa Abatwa, and so did a message about good afternoon to you. Okay, and Musa Abatwa, no, or type a message back on the call radio station. Be also say, oh, discuss issue, no one discuss you or this message in Bebra Asemo. Musa Abatwa, yeah, that's it. Papa, Tia show no nafe issues I hear this canal the home message about na ya jemre akan ede amount. Minemo eka say Kwekwa Santia Bekansa ewo studio ha or in parliamentary affairs correspondent and osain so a correspondent from the courts here in Ghana. Enti say Assembly or High Court to Court of Appeal or Supreme Court to Kwekwa Sante would be there na or the Ekosono abre. Enti moma yen shanen so Kweku akwaba na etesen
obi imagine so
bibi ekoi
o nyame adom bia beko.
Nice. And route we call High Court.
Yes, yesterday I was in the High Court, the Specialized Court 1. Justice Achibonga's court, I was there.
Justice Achibonga.
Yeah, Francis Achibonga.
Specialized Court 1.
Yes.
You know, a specialized court for this period.
Yes.
Legal vacation. That's interesting. Inti Edu Kwabna Edu Buahin sono. Asempa in the sea.
So Kwabna Edu Buahin, of course, he came in.
Microphone.
He came into the court together with the wife. Okay. I mean, the accused persons in this case, and they took their position in the box, in the dock, and then Justice Achibonga. Ebiso mo say na omo lawyer wo if say wo hwe defense side ho na why empty ana Kwabena Dubu ahin eso original na so chechin say mu say the lawyers no ebinu na edi kan samala touch ya de o ntimi nka say or jurisdiction no mu ana say or oni oman no mu enti he has not been able to make contact with him enti no ntimi nche bia wo, and then the other junior lawyer also has to go and mark scripts. Yes, has to go and mark scripts. Yes, according to Kwabena Dubu, he has to go and mark scripts for the Ghana School of Law. And he too was not available, and so the judge should give him some time to sort the issues out. Until Okasa Sari na Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Shremsai, and so original now also say, attach the waka the dad say on my court is a legal vacation period. We decided to be taking it. Legal vacation into it cannot be true. Say they just can't reach him, and as far as they are concerned, Attention has already taken a stance about not participating in the proceedings if it happens during the legal vacation. So the process should go on, because at the last day that the court was in session, someone Attention was there, and he was informed that the court will be sitting through vacation, and so if for any reason he was not going to be available, I saw Otro at the back court say. Anyway, into the menu, and just on cash and check court today. Courts can just move on and deliver, and then just Achibonga then on any ruling. I can say, of course, we create some Latachia entrom reno, and entrom ra court say, assembly way any same way tea, and I mean to me, and my court in any otna. And so long as I know our warrant, Chief Justice and the man say on chance semi soon did the expectation is trials na a one docket so no obe continue na mum on that particular day no asema obisa ne ho say ebeye fair say the lawyers for the accused persons in court and the prosecution witness number 4 and a box more cross examination it is a lawyer new on as a cross examination has to continue ebeye fair so obe free accused persons no so mo anye cross examination no ana now no na dwemu no enye fair enti obema attach accused persons now back
okay
into your bear journey proceedings to 17th August 9:30 a.m. Senebia they will sort the issues out, right? So that in fact the words they use so they will advise themselves.
Not just the expectation is next week no bar on any lawyer
but either so on any current lawyers in the ebo so the new lawyers in ebo and yes the prosecution witness will be put in a box. If the accused persons have any questions to ask him and they want to do the cross-examination, they can do it. And if they do not wish to do so, then he will discharge the prosecution witness. Monday, which is the 17th at 9:30 a.m. Say they should advise they should advise themselves as it relates to in semi-war courts, on the charges that states they are bringing against them. So that is
since that decision, lawyer attaching
Akasa say,
and he is still
yes, or say Onodie. So far as he's concerned, he will not attend to the court during this legal vacation week. And he is preserving what he calls tradition. And the practice has come to be say lawyers engine to mu say yenye trial or vacation more. He only to say appropriate say Chief Justice ebe ma warrant e ma judge say he should go on and deliver or settle on a case during the legal vacation like that. And unti onodi onko say if at the end of the day adibo hin ebe fa ebe take another decision as far as he's concerned there, he will not show up in court during the legal vacation, especially also since Osei Chief Justice Entrom Remobaki in relation to the petitions they sent him on the decision to have some course set during the legal vacation. And
Ababeye a very divisive issue, even amongst lawyers.
Yes.
But I won't say acquire what the law says against convention. Because a trite and obien names when you talk about legal vacation, in criminal jurisprudence, and I just want to paint the two contrasting positions as far as this issue is concerned. In criminal jurisprudence, the statute regulating criminal trials in Ghana, in the Courts Act, in Act 30, and in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. In South 3 statutes, it can be about legal vacation. There is no mention of legal vacation anywhere. The presumption then is that legal vacation doesn't apply to criminal trials. That's the presumption. We know, sir, CI 47 the regulatory civil trials and civil proceedings in the High Court. There is mention of legal vacation. And the practice has been, sir, for civil trials, a drew legal vacation, it was say a port. Good. Your name say about appeals there. I mean, be it criminal appeal, be it civil appeal, and the legal vacation applies. I mean, during legal vacation, you cannot go on appeal, either to the Court of Appeal or to the Supreme Court for both civil and criminal. And I think within our context, and maybe Chief Justice Edison directive, say for criminal trials, because alien to the statute that guide criminal proceedings, then maybe court should continue sitting. And in fact, even for civil proceedings, say legal vacation as a bit to me akoswa. It was a CJ, Emma specific warrant. I mean, no, it me ekoso good. But for criminal, you say you don't even need the warrant because the laws are govern criminal proceedings. Silent on legal vacation. And I think within our context, na CJ, it is our directive, and I don't think the CJ per that directive, because fully within
his rights.
And the laws to give our directives now on my end. If we think that we've gotten to a point where what applies in civil trials and proceedings should apply in criminal, as happened with disclosures, because disclosures was alien to criminal trials until say Bafubon in a practice direction good. And if we think that you do leveler, it was say you legal vacations for criminal trials, then again practice direction betimiaba now asset is annual money clear. Until then, the CJ is within his right to do what he did. The other argument has also been said, and I think Ghana Bar Association senior lawyers like Samson Ladimo push that other argument, which also makes sense. I mean, the fact said it will not make sense to say lawyers can go on legal vacation on civil cases, but they should come to court on criminal.
It will mean there's no vacation.
It will mean there is no vacation. And I think, and only almost some argument on the ever, and it makes sense. It may not be backed by law, but common sense. You understand? And conventions are practicing, over.
But Obi, legal vacation for judges. And I say for lawyers, because legal vacation is also CI 47 and it applies to the superior courts.
Yes.
In Japan, say we a lawyer now or criminal case be or circuit court. Now say be another case or high court.
Yes.
Now say high court you see obetna. It's Asempa so.
Yes.
Over court circuit court because circuit court you need vacation.
Only vacation.
Until they are sitting throughout the year. But Bano say high court case in the will say uncle because you are on legal vacation.
You are on legal vacation.
So because I mean. Lawyers are solicitors and barristers. You will be doing certain things in the firm and other things and all of that. And see, the other point I'm making is a lawyer cannot be compelled to go to court. Because, but ultimately,
GBA
made that standpoint. But I don't think that judges, I compel lawyers to come. I think the lawyer's obligation is first and foremost to his clients.
Sure.
Into clients now, I will say. But did you mama masem wo court it is a masem ba become me e wo mra kwan mu it is a o law o client na sem wo court see na say judges because the other learning is also that it is the courts that handle their calendar.
Yes.
A judge never say near betna and this a judge at Tennessee, not say even if it's legal vacation, me at Tennessee. So the parties before us have to come together with their lawyers. Is it so a lawyer to me say no member enuntino yen two as because Ebiaka say so assembly one making some plans because just like you said no legal vacation have a certain standard.
Yeah.
Around this time law firms scaled down considerably. You can always come to court now bet court say mean to me and then the court will take into consideration because let's say for instance Abdul Hanan case
and let's even add say you can't legal vacation and non say court in in fact say the kind lower court na district court circuit court even with the high court some court online settings. You know, some court, and I've had the privilege to do cases online. And even for online, it could require several cases. It be a civil cases. But court, no, etnas, and yes, a court in I think where GBA4 any issue, and it's we agree, say do legal vacation, court maybe etnas online. Problem I gather has been said the specificity with we say no for this cases this judge I think that is where GBA for any issue but I argue say GBA for to me and raise any point of law I just say CJ yes and why mistake and also man then it's like a moral appeal or something of the sort to the because and then so the same thing happened in the same court with Abdul Hanan, the Republic versus Abdul Hanan. Godfrey Dame was not there, and he too had written to the Chief Justice, and in his petition to the Chief Justice, had also said, if the Chief Justice does not withdraw the directive or the warrant for Justice Chibonga to sit he will also not come to court. To the same thing when the court sat, they asked Abdul Hanan or lawyer or say Godfrey Dame home fano, and until I went to me and my court and okay, judge, okay, it's the same thing, but currently before the court, it's an application by you, the accused person, to stay proceedings because of certain appeals you filed in a higher court. And if say one man be prosecute our application, in the next 1 week, and either you bring your lawyer, you can get a new lawyer, or if you wish to move the application yourself, you may do so. Then the court will hear from the other side without your lawyers, and then if they have to come to a determination, they will. And so the same thing happened in the Court of Appeal today, this morning. Said in Atama close case came up because the court got a warrant. I was in the Court of Appeal. They were going to rule on the Attorney General's application for stay of execution. Just at the last minute, they arrested the ruling and they withdrew the application. Yeah, because that application should not have gone there
to the Court of Appeal in the first place, and now they've repeated. They've sent it to the
I don't know why the Honorable Attorney General take a decision because they want to stay.
Because this is a person that has been acquitted and discharged. In criminal jurisprudence,
you don't stay
how do you stay such a decision as a person that has been found for all intents and purposes as not guilty? Who should walk out? If the day the decision was rendered, if Sedina Tamaklo was there, there would have been no impediment in her right. But she's still in jail as we speak. And we understand the law. Yeah, she's still in jail. Today we spoke to the lawyers. The lawyers said they are still trying to work the processes to get,
because it was a court signing discharge warrant.
Yes, discharge warrant.
Until the discharge warrant is signed,
sent to the prison, they will not release the person. And
the court not signed.
Our understanding at the time, they said, they've repeated application at the Supreme Court.
Application for what?
Application to stay the execution of the High Court, the Court of Appeal judgment.
Really?
Yes, the Attorney General has filed it again at the Supreme Court, and the return date is now 13th of October, which will be after the legal vacation. There's a certain observation from the perspective of the AG say the mere filing of the application should stay there, the decision.
Yes.
And that one is there. But the lawyers continue to say they are working to try and see if they can get that discharge warrant signed they present it to the prison so that said Natamakolo can be released. But I can confirm.
The AG still believes,
yes, he can stay the execution of the acquittal in criminal trials. Yes, so that issue is currently before the Supreme Court. I say, October. Legal vacation na say Bafoboni Banner or panel judges to hear that 30th of October they will sit on it. Of course, if by that time the application is still there and the AG has
but what is executable what is it?
Exactly, because the
person has been acquitted and discharged. And it was as if there is nothing.
There's nothing.
And what are they going to
exactly?
stay?
Exactly, because a lot of people have made arguments say acquittal and discharge and even conviction, they are not executable judgment to state. So anyway, I don't know, we send a certain ruling from justice of appeal or Okuma say
okay,
when they convicted someone and they wanted to stay the execution, so you can apply for bail pending appeal.
Bail pending appeal.
And if you've appealed an acquittal and discharge, the person is presumed innocent at this point until another court reinstates the decision of the lower court.
I don't know why.
I think the AG, the pressure got to them.
No,
the pressure say be a man ya semino komsi komsa na kanana enti. I think there's a certain point say yenye bibi in
No, but so appeal.
And they've appealed
the decision.
And they've appealed, and that is why they followed up.
Because the stay of execution thing, a journey to nowhere,
yes. So
it's a journey to nowhere.
And the judges have caught up. They were ready to make their ruling on the matter, and Justice Sabenasco was the presiding judge. Was just about to read the ruling of the Court of Appeal, and then Madam Hilda Craig, the Chief State of Attorney, withdrew it. But then immediately they filed with the Supreme Court, and we understand 13th of October, the Supreme Court will that's the return date that the registrar
on
give
the
them
stay
application for stay of execution. Yeah. If Usha is a state, Usha more affidavit in support of this application, almost say deny a flight risk and other things. Because of that, almost say they have a high chance of success in the appeal. And the appeal no do soon as the Supreme Court say Court of Appeal no wrong in acquitting and discharging Madam said Natamako. The infant say we feel my anymore. No more the same route. So and also
wow, that's really interesting. As a court
yes.
And for now, what it means, they say the specific cases are AG shares, CJ shares, and Kosono will still go on.
Will still go ahead. In fact, all the cases, all the lawyers wrote to the Chief Justice on that matter. Chief Justice say or more response formally but nora say so long as far as he's concerned the petition discloses no proper course of action for him to consider, because he spoke at a conference yesterday and said so long as judge Abet Nasidi, you a lawyer say client say be leave, and that is the words of the Chief Justice. Client be leave and the client asem, but so long as a judge at not say Asema Momo Edia Bakot no Yabaka ho asem you have to show up. And unti Mustafa Hamid case in pen lawyers and say, well, they are still waiting for a response, but they will not abandon their client. So yesterday they were in court at Chibonge's court. They made the same application, the judge overruled it, and that case has also been adjourned to next week.
And I think, sir, there is reason so in why the statute to govern criminal proceedings, I'm making mention of legal vacation.
Because obviously of the liberty of the accused person involved. And this is an accused person.
Absolutely.
And so, if I do check a criminal procedure, even in adjournment, should not go beyond a certain date.
Yes.
And the legal vacation is, say, 2 months.
Yes.
And every adjournment should be within 30 days and all of that. And see, there may be good reason all of that has happened. Sure. But the judges, Atache in particular, Godfrey Dame, or Gaston Obo,
Gaston Obo
evidence.
Evidence, sure.
And then what's the name? Okujeto and Associates. They've also made the same application.
No, I think that we've gotten to a level. Maybe we have to look at that whole subject matter, because until say Edujita Maklo in doing the Bafuboni case. Echo Supreme Court afe ebenya disclosures in criminal trial na good in the Yadru level if we say legal vacation in the for criminal trials and I said the inconveniences about then maybe the CJ should consider the topic holistically. Near should practice directions, because this thing has started, almost every year.
Until it's settled.
Almost every year.
But some more lawyer for money because research along Kwame Goni, Akko Supreme Court say legal vacation in Accra unconstitutional. Intino only or share say courts no open, particularly the superior courts. They must be open to litigants, every citizen and every other person all the time. And so the practice says superior courts vacation for 2 months, only understand it in the constitution unconstitutional until you file a case. Says Supreme Court so maybe that will be an avenue for the courts to really open up and speak to
lower courts any vacation
they go on
leave days be at the judges. It may be that can be considered for superior courts again in the interest of fair trial, especially to accused persons in criminal proceedings. This back and forth almost every year. And one would also wonder why of all the cases are pending before the High Court, why the CJ singled out those specific cases.
In fact, we have been getting some information. So we share a secular Chief Justice, the Judicial Secretary, the Kwabontin on vacation judges. So we share 13 judges. And in fact 11 Ebetanase won crime. One of them handle high profile cases Justice Odriko Kuvite. Honestly was sitting during the vacation. And sana and then so Yensaka the specific warrant Chief Justice His Lordship Justice Francis Achibonga. Justice of the Court of Appeal, Specialized Court 1 Law Court Complex. Warrant say on cases no. So what warrant now? I say by virtue of the powers conferred upon me, I hereby authorize you to sit as an additional High Court judge at the Specialized Court 1 Law Court Complex during the 2026 legal vacation and conduct hearings. Yes, sources our judicial service removes say Chief Justice Anch Kanjan say on these particular cases and that he's just a regular vacation judge. He will hear a lot if interlocutory matters come. They can refer some of them to him to hear, and in fact, they refer us to the operative word to during the 2026 legal vacation and conduct hearings. He can come exactly to oral cases and other cases. He will hear other cases here, but then because Onoso will go on leave right after the courts resume. The cases are all handled on to us because the holding judge will be in October and November cannot hear the substantive matters unless there are interlocutory appeals and all of those interlocutory issues. I don't know, but to me are dealing with. And so the warrant to Justice Achibonga is general. It's not specific to a Dubuan in the case, but to a host of other cases. And no criminal, so you see the litigants from other places. Small issues that have been referred from the registry to the court as part of the general vacation courts.
I think that settles it. I don't know clear. The other things would be say, I also believe the decision of the High Court Enra asking Edubuahi say get your lawyer to come or you get a new lawyer or I would ask you to do the cross-examination yourself. I thought was a bit because let's face it.
But to be fair to Achibonga though, the worst near say you have to advise yourself, or you will conduct the cross-examination yourself. So advise yourself. Explaining say either for lawyer and bra, and answer per lawyer for and anke juma lawyer no bedi no wa bedi
okay, or you should advise
yourself. Those were the words of Justice Achibonga.
I'm thinking say or can say for lawyer bra and answer per lawyer for fra because a lawyer for fra so ba also be here time to study the whole case. It was still delay.
And in fact some people have made the point say if at the end of the day say because someone attached when he took over the Chema Unjumi brief, he went to court and asked for more time. Then just Kukuvita gave him almost 3 weeks to familiarize himself with the brief before filing the written addresses, and then ultimately judgment came. So judgment was from 3rd, but it was moved to 20th. So almost 3 weeks in that. And see, there are those who say, at the end of the day, a lawyer, client in a court, a client in a prosecuting for certain offences, and a ban in a court. The Attorney General's Department, they are in court. Say, Judge, Chief Justice warrant say entrance beso. Inti ye be prosecute yourself no. Into the one because of course if a Dubahin or Hanan doesn't come, bench warrant will be issued against them. They will arrest them. Timaba. Now, at the end of the day, lawyer anywhere. When I say we pay lawyer for fraud or something, and it's all the lawyer for fraud, but as a lawyer, and so it will be reasonable for the judge to say because of A, B, C, or D, a certain period to look at all of that. So those are all conversations and suggestions that have been offered.
But I also think the public banter between GBA,
Chief Justice,
new way, should hold. I believe so. See, easy fire, and then the GBA can seek audience with the Chief Justice, and let's sort out some of these issues. And then common grounds, because it's in the interest of all of us, and justice. Sorting your way. Because if we don't do that, every year this thing would come.
Because and let's say who share their records of 2023. Justice Efiase Wasai Botri, sitting as an additional High Court judge on Atoforsen case. When they did some proceedings during the legal vacation. Just that on that one, the lawyers were all agreed on both sides. In fact, Thaddeus Sorry specifically wanted to finish the cross-examination he was doing because he did not want a lapse in memory after 2 months to come. And so they did all of that, and then they went on vacation. And then there are a lot of almost quality grain case. Part of it was held during the legal vacation and so on and so. But what's more kind here? It's the same thing Martin people have said. There's a matter that can be negotiated. You can talk about it, and then you can find a way to deal with it.
There should be a way to go around this. I mean, the public way is not clean and clean. And I hope cool heads will prevail now in Penifon instance, and let's sort this thing out. Sometimes the unnecessary partisanship and also this whole public tango na way underlining way the partisanship. And let's see and deal with this thing ubia enya na sumdwe Ekosiisen in kwekwa sante na the parliament is on recess, right?
There's nothing like legal vacation, parliamentary vacations, and
oh, okay.
And they will usually come at the end of October, and then they will come and do up until Christmas, and then so they
that's fine. Kwagumi and Nasi, why be any Bessia Casadio, Kwekwas until the 10 and Ekosiisen Suni, Asempa 94.7 FM, or Jane Chow bit me Eddie Brain 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Na yentie dia wonso wo ede emayen Asempa FM so any okay inti obi ascend me High Court civil procedure rules and also order 79 sure and they come about legal vacations and all of that. And also subject to the Court Act 1993 as amended, the Chief Justice may appoint any day including vacations for the hearing of causes or matters as circumstances require. And mind you, say in CI 47 and no regulatory civil procedure, there is no contention on that one. In usual civil cases, they are mostly through legal vacation. No dear. The challenge has been with criminal trials, and no na Emrano air silent on. Let's see. Bama menkwa homa no so ne ne Kofi Tonto eni enkomo. Kofi Tonto inkane na oye head of information and public affairs US Embassy Ghana Embassy wo US of A. Na mobe kaya forensic audit report be aba journalist Manasseh Azuri Awini is serialized. In there, no, it has come up, say, there was a scheme here. Some staff of the embassy put it in place. Through that scheme, no, siphoning a little over 19 million US dollars. 19 million US dollars. But the story says, SAS Kanemubi was diverted into welfare payments be to some of the staff. Ama akwakoye ensem bebre. Akofiton to edin EPA emu as far as payment, welfare payments be a concern. Ma yemusan we issue statement ene anope explaining what may have happened. In the Kofi Tonto Abekan Sawa Homano so me no enkasa. Kofi otemenka.
Yeah, Obi, me just go Bibia Boko there.
Nyame adom Bibia Boko. Yes, I've read a statement, you know, what may have happened. I mean, Oka said that money na omutriato account mono na a child benefiter na a due you know, as a staff and oyere awo and all of that. When you saw this report, you know, in the details, no, were you surprised?
Obi edi kan me da se bebre menchia woni otifo. Edi kan me pese me kan se report no enhwehwemu a cover 2017 to 2025. Men so me juma wo embassy ho from 2019 to 2021. So it was around March 2019 to July 2021. The Envan said 2 years and 4 months. Now, offer report on so baby a hoden dodo ni gina pa ye 2021 late 2021 all the way to 2025. Tina me can be she said Osei report na hoden baby a omo in fact me can na hoden 19 million na omo kan offer report na omo disaggregate actually mu the different types of transactions are a buyer any sane money nyina any afi kra ana infi kra sa transactions ni nyina see na ofa dodo na no almost isi a year 2021 to 2025 largely na me ni ho na baby a omo ka se efa eno ne ba 2019 to 2021 or 2 eno ne emolume welfare partner o ka ho asa the atosu bio report no se ubia edi kan ebo enipakuo bi a auditor general na to nanum to se omo ni nipa ofre omo se key personnel che se enipakuo bi a omo na ni eda omo so se oye omo ho nhwehwemu
nti omo no ye persons of interest
obi sa nipa ni nyina no midin
udi enim okay
report ni nyina ye 220 pages 220 pages no obi midin ni babia na yan reference mi o babia na yan trust summary bia o babia amfa me ho babia midin bae no epie babi mienu de di kan eye table bia omo yeye se nipa bia sika bi na omo de hyehyɛ omanim. That was the first one. The atosu mienu eye table a eye accountant no chiri mu sika or the maye as benefit no the sika no ekoyeye inti offer table 1 na in fact offer page I think page 20 or so a hona manasi no ekropoye. So page 20 no hona manasi ekropoye. Na page 20 no list mimi din ane empanyifo kakra bi. Na menka we no so say there's another page 66. Let me correct it. Page 66. A hono na a list disbursement. So page 20 ni there a list ehona manasi de to abonten a say September bank ne query and this anema. Ehono say we read the report na accountant no kra no chirichiri mu say sa 3,000 na ehye inipa nanim na meme de 800. Eno ne nye disbursement. Na no no de ye frɛ no omo frɛ no accountment treatment a method omo fa so to close accounts, because now apparently no minister no the directive aba say welfare account be omo closing. In doing that, no Citibank for no threshold be they have to meet. So omo disburse sikanema officers be 3,000. So money we are monsa refund the sikanema, because that is the only way we can get the money out of the account and close it. It was more or less accountment treatment. Obi, me sang Shishaye we nin komodi we ya money minister ni ye any bank account I be ye nisa Obi emu biye ni wa report ni se me na me ka ho emu biye ni wa report ni ka say me na me nim ho bibi emu biye ni wa report ni ka say me biye bibi efa ho nothing report na nka bibi asa nothing like that. So let us put it on record. Now,
in the meaning, sir, as while you worked there, no, this so-called embassy welfare account, no, now you didn't hear of it.
Obi Meme Juma as head of information and public affairs, banking accounts, the accounts I did be anywhere. It has nothing to do with me. In fact, so Busame say embassy, bank crown or money or mudilia. I don't know. And in your report, you crown a mimi who said not embassy in city bank ni dilia. Mimi because Enyeme Juma.
Yes.
And I have no bearing to even go and ask anybody say bank na embassy. In fact, send me busa question it will look fishy because at the end I won't hear some information for. So I don't know the number of bank accounts are embassy in the work. And I mean name banks are embassy in the juma. And I mean name that account names and the account types the embassy has. It has nothing to do with me. Maybe the NSA Yasumami Minister Asumami Sequoia Juma as head of information and public affairs. The Meye Biano, the dear friend head of chancery, and I am fan say head of administration, Nama copy head of mission. The AC Mammy who sika de koyeno, say be a pen and make kota, make trako say, the office here pen. Head of mission, Beshe, head of chancery, so Beshe, ye jitum pen, and ye near the pen I day, Abrel. And that is how the embassy works. I have nothing to do with bank account, none whatsoever. And he said, Obi, me hono, see a CAB, me due clothing allowance, and I me due impress. Even say, utu kwanya ya kase, na me hono, utu kwanya within US, I think it's $30 a day or something. It is at $30 a day. No, what I will do is me bar metro say me to crime for this number of days. In TBI 3 days $30 a day times 3. Maybe I say me dia comma and penny head of chancery. No, I transmit ya comma treasurer. Not the $90. No, the mammy or the mammy. Account to our coffee says you can free mono. I wouldn't know. Bibi to say clothing allowance. Other forms of allowance, other benefits near there. I wouldn't know. And he said, embassy, I say, 2021, no, my that year, na me wo me second born.
Okay.
Me wo no January. And me kra me free embassy ho July. And me free ho no. Apparently, that was when they processed the gift for me because not a son can me no more mommy gift a processor omoye wo hodada me wo
every other staff a benefit from Sadia no
every other staff. In fact, me wo lady baako ne be wuye man baako ne be wuye until the embassy will make those donations to
Asempa FM.
Until me wuye no throughout. To me free a whole around me free whole I believe July 20th or 25th, something around that date. Maybe around 3rd week of July or so. To me free hon and now omu process sa payment in the county you share document now make a page 127 a hon a listing say me no you decide $800 in the money on July 14th.
Yes.
2021. Which is just about a week or 2 weeks before I mean
free.
And I'm processing no much. And see, I some ne babonte na e madwene mu na na me de tikana almost makoji. I was shocked. And see, me yam investigation no and I mean enipa na o process na o ka so kofi na o refi say o ba ye no o be wo o ba wa ha na numu na o kono be kaya ye ka kire wo say esi e ma a gift for your child and only a process $800 in here then at the count until obi me ba no enva ne say your mo wo package bi o mo de be ma say be our last payment and I think they have another one that has to do with ABR or packing. On the so packing on near now ship or names. All these payments they will process and pay for you.
In all those other benefits, no. Omotiama or dada.
Omotia said, and near America say, so be qua so the letter bet to us over.
Yes.
And they will process all your final payments near the and no and no the 14th no and this payment in fact. A be back together, a be back a be a late what meaning here approval and then all of that from the various processes. See me dear say when I'm qualify a tia mame. Obi, me dear sabio obia could be account. Say account.
But if all the other benefits due you know have been paid, now 800 way clearly a year benefiting so I need due as child benefit. Every other staff benefited from Sadia no. Why has this become? Is it because of the so-called account or Mrs. Kani free mobile Intiana?
So Manasi no argument are all you say. We didn't tell me do anything in our buy and say, na me pese a clear to achieve for say anybody our embassy hono. The one yes signatory to the account.
Yes.
Who need a certain position, you will not know all the financial decisions that go on.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Now, Manasi
and as a matter of fact, there is nowhere in the reporter a claim is who create account be and answer now we name the source of fund and control.
Yes, mommy din baby Mimi din ebe mo an say ye tia $800 mama. Q Mimi din ebe mo no. Na mistakes or whether deliberate or not ne say. Manasi fa document no. Ofa page 20 now ko page 66 na. Page 20 no e ho na me say eye accounting treatment na. Accountant ni treat mu report ni mo no.
Yes.
Said they needed to withdraw the money, so they withdrew the money and gave it to officers for the officers to refund it. Interestingly, but somehow the auditor inserted my name there. But I know they are a different matter. But over page 66 now, page 66 is where the actual disbursements happen. It will be all the names about 28 people. Within a certain time period, omunya sikanibi. Enti hona obi hu say the highest crowd was $800 and the lowest was $300. Ebinya 300, ebinya 400, ebinya 500, ebinya 800. Enti that list would have shown say this cannot be a crate, loot and share. Obi said Obi or your driver or embassy or no one go pretty a loot to upper share. So if that list, Manasi had averted his mind to that list and shared even that list, no crowd from them, it would have been clear. So it looks like this was given to almost everybody in the embassy, as little as 300 and as high as 800. Now, Obi, Ushe Auditor General's report in Asema Oka, or say, only the Nenu Bubu and the Nenu Susua. A free 2021 copying 2025. And near maybe a course or no. Any contract be a embassy in for signing. A bit near Basse, TNU, or say they estimate that that company may have accrued as much as 19 million.